my name is Adjalinda Aragon. I'm a public health student and I'm also part of the residential honors program, which my peer here is also a part of.
Yeah, my name's Holly Tarver. My major is elementary education and I minored in psychology. And like Adjalinda said, I'm also in the residential honors program. And today we'll be talking about our project, which is teaching the Hawaii State Health Standards to elementary education students.
All right, so the purpose of our project is that we noticed that the National Health Education Standards were adopted in Hawaii in 2019, but this was very shortly before the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic hit, which sort of stagnated the progress into implementing these new standards in everyday schools. And so in 2022, they created new revisions to these standards, and they expect for these to be actually in full rollout by school year 2023 through 2024. So because the progress on this has been stagnated a lot by the pandemic, we were concerned that there's not enough teaching material out there to be able to, fully implement these standards. So we decided that we can actually make a resource, a website that will have some of these teaching plans and, further explain these standards to teachers. So that's the educational influence. And of course, we want to be able to promote enabling factors, access to care, food options and all that. But while we can be able to influence healthier behaviors in children, so that way they can develop into much healthier adults. And of course, a lot of these children are growing up in a unique environment that we call Hawaii. And we want to be able to have a much better health and a much better quality of life as they develop into adulthood.
So some of the challenges that we had is in 2022, when the standards were changed, it changed the document into a 70-page long dump a PDF of information. And going through that information, we saw it with totally different lenses. I saw it as an educator, and Adjalinda saw it as a public health major. And so we had to talk a lot about how to organize this information, what was going to be in part of a website called a resource library, and what did we want to organize into lesson plans. And we had to sort of kind of find common ground while going through this document. And one of the ways that we found the common ground was through Nahapena'a'o, or the breath framework. And it was sort of really helpful for us to go through the information by categorizing it through this framework, and shifting information into belonging, responsibility, excellence, aloha, total well-being, and Hawaii, all points that should be involved in every education system in the state of Hawaii.
And as I previously mentioned, since Hawaii is such a unique environment, it truly gives a great lens and makes students appreciate the place that they live in and be able to understand that health is very dynamic with their environment.
So that said, here is the website that we created. So here, when people go to this website, they'll find themselves onto this homepage, which says our mission, everything we just talked about, our purpose, and us, our website creators. And then they'll be able to access this resource library right here.
Yeah, so I decided to put some of these websites on here. I think they provide a lot of information, from, the CDC, youth.gov, mentalhealth.gov. There's also some independent organizations that put really interesting information out there, and I think it's not nearly as accessible as, some of these other government websites. So, this is a work in progress. Always more can be added to it. And this is actually one of the more independent organizations that created a very resourceful tools. It's called Ask, Listen, Learn. And I apologize, an ad is about to pop up. Thank you, Holly. And then basically it shows, the letters that you can give to parents, some counselor letters, even parent tips for parents who want to access this as well. It's not just for educators, I suppose. But it talks about the influences of alcohol on the brain, hippocampus, hypothalamus, all these different organs. And if we click on the teacher section, we can see that they have, why it's important. They have additional materials and some lesson plans and videos. And so just similarly how we are doing, our own lesson plans, we can also link to other people's resources.
Yeah, and our purpose is just teachers can access these resources to help guide them as they use the lesson plans maybe that we provided, or as they make their own. And so the way teachers can find their lesson plans, you organize them the same way that the standards are organized. So K through second grade, kindergarten through second grade, and third through fifth grade. So say you're a second grade teacher, you can go to the K through second lesson plans, and you'll find them all here. They're split by the different, the 8 standards that are listed, and you could just easily access any of these lesson plans. And if you're maybe a 4th grade teacher, you can go to 3 through 5, and you'll find all these lesson plans here. You just click download, and it'll link to a PDF of the lesson plans. And they're meant to be really adaptable and really easy to use. So they can really exist in any school with any materials that the teacher already has. So they can also be adapted for online if that's still happening, although most schools are back in person. Our goal was just to make them really accessible and transformable for any teacher and educator. The last part of our website we'd like to highlight is a forum. So this is a place where teachers and other educators can connect and share their questions and lesson plans and other ideas here, and just sort of really interact with others about the Hawaii State Health Education Standards.
Stop sharing. We really appreciate you guys taking the time of reviewing our project. We hope it's actually resourceful in the future, and we appreciate it all.
Thank you so much.